I do think we should speak about Nike just across the
Okay.
board. I would love to speak about that from the perspective of I've been reading so much about them in general as a brand, especially at the time where like obviously they've got their 24.7 release that we're going to talk about. But then the whole thing that's going on with Jordan and Nike, and then also just looking at, because, from you mentioning it to me for us to talk about, starting to read around the changes at the organization level of
So
Nike.
I just touched today. I saw that they had consultants come in, and I was supposed to read. I think you interacted on LinkedIn,
Yeah, yeah, that article was really insightful.
and I was just like, shit, that makes sense now because it's gone away from. Well, that was the
What
issue
is
that we
heritage?
had, right? Like
Yeah,
it's like we noticed that gone away from what their essence was.
yeah,
My position on them has changed over the last 2 weeks because of what's happened with the Jordan stuff.
yeah,
So I felt like I think Jordan, the shoes and I think it's been the most detrimental thing to their brand because I think they oversaturated it. Like I don't know. For me, I'm not a Jordan guy.
yeah.
I've never liked them. I think my brother bought me like one pair back in the day.
Same, but yeah,
I've just never been that guy, but I pay attention to them
yeah,
because they kind of shift the culture, if that makes sense.
yeah,
So I've just noticed like when I was like younger and stuff, when there was a collaboration, it used to be someone like Kobe, or I'm not saying they had a Jordan brand, but he had his own offshoot,
hmm
or someone who was completely out there had their own collaboration. I just find like every week on Instagram, there's a new collaboration. There's everyone has a Jordan collaboration,
yeah.
and it's lost its like sparkle.
It's crazy because when you go, the thing is the difference in England versus like I went to Prague a couple of weeks back, and we were discussing it. It's everywhere,
Yeah, you
and
showed me the photo of like,
yeah, it's like every shoe shop you go into, every trainer shop you go into, every sneaker shop, quote unquote, you go into, it's Jordans on the wall, Jordan collabs, Jordans mix, Jordans, and it's Jordan, and it is very, very like people are gonna get tired of it.
I am.
Yeah,
Maybe I've become uncle status, but
no, it is.
I'm into my shoes, I'm into my sneakers, and
Yeah,
I'm just like I've never wanted to be like that's a pair of Jordans I want to get. Never.
it's hard to the model and the classic Jordan look. It's hard to diversify,
Yeah.
and as a brand, you have so much IP in that you don't want to deviate from it too much. But at the same time, you need to innovate because by not being tied to stuff, you've got Adidas and all these others like New Balance and High Tech, which I'm gonna say today because I got stick for having High Tech trainers, and I think High Tech Shadows are amazing trainers.
Okay.
So yeah, but anyway, High Tech that they're allowed to be creative and try and diversify and change up what is now. You look at some of the Adidas collabs that are happening recently, one with Bad Bunny, so on and so forth.
Crazy stuff, man.
Yeah,
Like, wow.
it's open. It's open for them. They've got flexibility. Whereas Jordan have to. It seems for me, all the trainers kind of have to keep a certain aesthetic.
Yeah,
It's like
you're right.
they collaborate, but they say to the brand that's collaborating with them, by the way, 95% of the shoe has to look like a Jordan shoe.
You can change the bottom tongue
You know
or
what I mean?
something or
Like
the sole.
seam.
That's it. And
Yeah,
then it's like a new colorway with Jordan. It's just
yeah.
like I can't do it, man.
So I can imagine why it's eating into them. I think from a brand perspective as well, it just so coincides with the time that Nike are having a terrible time in very many areas of like the products they provide. I think this new capsule. I mean, what do you think of it? Like
Which one?
the 24.7
Oh yeah,
capsule?
that's because they released another couple capsules in that time as well, which is like that's why I was like, which one?
Yeah,
I think it made me pay attention because again, in my perception of the last 2 weeks, it's changed. One was that capsule. I think with we have a guest coming along later on who will probably give us a bit more light. I do want to ask him around
yeah,
fashion about what's happened with the change in people's what's it called, preferences.
yeah,
One of the title of what we discussed when we chopped it up on the call before it is like the casual. I think it was like the casualism of tailoring or something.
yeah, yeah,
So in a way, it was like people are trumping comfort over formality,
yeah,
essentially.
yeah,
So with that 24/7 capsule, I think it's opened the door for them where I think there was I can't remember who they were, but they allowed it was like a couples thing. So you would buy one hoodie,
yeah.
but it was unisex.
Okay,
So you or your wife could wear it
okay,
and you don't have to buy two or three of the same thing, which is a cool concept.
okay.
So I think with this 24/7 capsule, I think it's opening that door where you guys can potentially share, like, I don't know, a pair of shorts. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so, and like I said, people are thinking of going into or using other ways of wearing clothes.
yeah,
I think that's helping them compete with that Lululemon kind of thing,
yeah,
lifestyle. I mean, Nike have always been there,
yeah,
but they've never had like you can wear the gym top to dinner.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I
Like,
know. And Adidas have always been able to do it.
yeah,
You know, and we'll get onto the Adidas topic in a bit, but that all the streetwear brands that are coming out now, they have a lot of them anyway, have that jogger aesthetic. Even if you look at like Sinner and stuff like that from Central C and all the brands that kind of have that fashion Cortez, there is like a jogger casual streetwear set where it's like joggers are being allowed to be, yeah, as you
tech
say,
fleece stuff, right?
yeah, worn in more settings. I think now you have to pick a side. We talked about Under Armour a couple of weeks back. There is a side now, there is a divide in that industry of sportswear. Do you go and lean and go heavy and say, okay, I'm going to have a casual, everyday wear type of thing that we make, or like that competes with the streetwear style,
Yeah.
or we're just going to fully go head on sports?
For me, New Balance, for example, is like, I don't know where they sit. I know they're in the casual sneakers and stuff, but would you, like, I've never seen anyone with like a New Balance like running
That's what I was
trackie,
going to
you
say.
know what I mean?
That
The
answers the question.
running shoes, yeah, I've seen people running shoes, but not like where. Do you know what I mean?
Like the spandex thing. Yeah. Because I feel when you said New Balance to me straight away,
Shoes.
I thought shoes. I
Okay.
thought they've picked a side. They're on the shoe side. They're on the casual wear side. They're going heavy in that, and they're doing quite well in it. But Nike, you kind of don't know. Adidas,
I
as
think
much as
they've got it
Adidas is a
unlocked.
sports brand,
They've got to unlock both sides, I think. I think
I think
their recent partnerships are doing, like, on sports side,
yeah,
like the Predator stuff.
yeah,
That, I think they've nailed it, and I think they're lucky with their icon, you know, their logo,
yeah.
because it's the three stripes for me goes to sports, and the original leaf is more casual wear.
Yeah,
You see what I mean?
yeah.
So they've got that differentiation.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy to think a brand can have like. I saw something the other day. I don't know where I saw it. I think it was to do with like branding and the shape of your logo, how it determines what the perception of your brand would be, colors you use, and stuff like that. Just kind of revising on it. But I saw that a breakdown of different types of logos that brands need to have to use for different styles. So they have like the main logo, then they have like a sub logo, and it's like it's crazy to think that Adidas don't lose anything going between the leaf and the stripes, or you know the three kind of triangle thing. Like they don't lose anything. Like
Straight away.
instantly.
Yeah.
Like so that's
And
that,
the stripes themselves are a different thing. Do you see what I mean?
yeah, the
Because
stripes
that's
are-
an icon itself.
Yeah.
Then you have the three stripes with the Adidas.
Yeah.
And then you got the three leaf.
yeah.
Like they've got multiple facets.
Yeah, that you just instantly associate with them, and they put work into that. Because I'm not gonna like, there's nobody you can't rock a four stripe outfit.
Case Swiss.
Four stripes.
Case
Yeah,
Swiss.
if you have four stripes, it's just curtains for you. It's difficult. It's so difficult.
They had a lawsuit with that suit that Michael Richards wore. There was like it has three stripes on it or something, and they went
A suit.
yeah, proper suit, like it was like that, and they went like,
It's jeans.
dude, they said like
Yeah.
you're taking off the brand, man. Like
Yeah. So what you have to?
I think they lost it.
Oh, serious?
Yeah,
Yeah. So they've done like they've invested in it, and fair play to them. I think it just sticks. So, but it's interesting to see Nike going in this route, as you said, because what you were saying about the consultants, what it sounds like basically happened is they came in and they stripped all the tacit knowledge, all the people who had that, the knowledge that goes beyond what you can kind of find out through data and stuff like that, which is pretty important in any business. You know, you need to marry up the numbers with experience and people who just, you know, like Thierry Henry one time said, I smelt it when he scored the goal. Like, yeah, people who just have the knack, they know the industry.
They have it, man.
Yeah. And getting rid of those people, it always seems like that when you're trying to cut costs. I imagine after COVID, they wanted to like cut costs and stuff like that. But I think that it just shows that within any brand that there's always got to be somebody who holds that kind of,
It's like a mantle.
yeah, like, which is goes to the AI thing. We can train up these models and so on and so forth. But the spark for being able to move and know an industry by the back of your foot and make decisions on the fly is going to be really hard to put into a model that sort of
I'm just like,
feel for things.
I just feel like consultant thing with Nike. It's just a classic thing that's been going on for ages. Yeah, bring in a consultant. It does what you need it to do on the numbers side, but then what you sacrifice is like you're already seeing people like us who I would assume that are like Nike fans or of the brand, and we're starting to feel a bit distant from it, which is a bit weird. Like especially given how they've been in my life essentially from the beginning. Do you know what I mean? Like you've seen Nike as you've grown up. Yeah. They've grown as a brand as well, which is quite crazy.
It's too big to fail though. I think the consultant piece is just like when companies want to cut down, the consultants are a good it's those guys who are doing it. Do you know what I mean? To kind of shift and attribute the action and the blame to. But it doesn't work because they never really hear consultants come in and say, "Oh, you lot should spend more money in these areas." Do you know what I mean? Like it would be nice to hear consultants come in and say, "Right,
you're lacking here.
Go big in these areas, and keep these guys, but go big in these areas." But it'll be interesting to see what happens with the brand. They've gone back to a kind of a previous CEO. They've gone back to somebody who I think he started as an intern in his company, so he's a CEO now. And as all these different drops and things that happen, it's kind of like they're trying to make up for lost time. So
you can see it even with their athletic partnerships as well, like Haaland and all these guys. Like they're becoming more athlete focused. I think there's I'm so sorry I keep forgetting her name. It's like the world #1 tennis player. She's got like the most powerful serve in the world, and that's what, like, she's sponsored by Nike.
Okay.
And then I saw the campaign and she was like smashing up a car with a tennis ball with a serve, which is pretty sick.
Okay.
But again, it goes to the focus on the person and the athlete rather than, hey, here's a pair of tennis shoes that you can wear and you become fast. So I think like you said, they're making up for lost time and things